Part of finding ways to explain Jiu-Jitsu is tying it to other actions they have more context for. It's why I heavily rely on metaphors and other visualization tools when I try and explain certain concepts. Another way of doing this is showing the relationship of what happens on the ground to what happens standing. Previously, I mentioned the fallacy of novelty, but I also think it's important to approach the same concept from different angles, as long as the relationship is pointed out. The goal is to introduce the idea of standing element, like how to actually stand upright. And it's going to be a lot that we're going to cover. And the way of understanding it is this idea of conscious competency of, like, imagine you learn to drive a car for the first time. So, you know, you're 13 years old, you're looking at a car on the road and go, I could probably drive that. Put me in the car, I could probably drive that car. My daughter's like that already at 13. And then first time you have a driving lesson, you get in the car and you realize, I can't drive. So when you're 13 years old looking at the car, you are unconsciously incompetent. You just don't know what you don't know. And then the first time you get in the car and the driving instructor goes, right, that's the steering wheel, gear stick, pedals, right, let's make it go. You'd be like, fuck, I can't. I'm gonna die. That's now consciously incompetent. You know you can't drive that car. Then you start having lessons, and then you become consciously competent. You can drive the car, but you have to think about every little thing that you do. You're thinking about, right, I need to balance the clutch and the accelerator. I need to be thinking about, have my hands at 10 to 2. I need to be checking my mirrors. I need to check my blind spot. I need to think about when I'm indicating. There's fuck tons. And you have to think about everything. So as soon as you start adding like external distractions into there, your brain just melts, right? Because it's so dedicated to what you're currently doing. But over time, you pass your tests, you do a few years behind the wheel, you now become unconsciously competent. You can drive, and you're not having to think about how you drive. And so now you can focus on other things like texting people, fucking with the radio, like, I don't know, whatever people do behind the wheel. But because you're so good at what you do inside the car. And so that's where I need to like get you with this, is it's making sure you are consciously competent of certain things. Because if I ask you to just do a takedown and fight, your brain's gonna fucking explode. And so I need to get you to a point of like, right, we're in the car, this is day one behind the wheel, and there's gonna be a lot of shit to think about. And it's gonna feel really wooden, just like, you know, fucking making your car kangaroo down the road. But that's today, unfortunately. So the first part then is just like, how do you stand? Like, are any of you left-handed? Yeah. You are? That's gonna be fucking fun. And that's important though, like that's what, again, it's really interesting because it doesn't get spoken often enough it doesn't get spoken at all in Jiu-Jitsu. But it's a thing, like, you know, you think boxing, like how you stand. And if you come across someone who's a southpaw in boxing, you wanna know. Like, you know, rest of us who are right-handed would stand orthodox, you know, left foot forwards, jabbing with our right, jabbing with our left, crossing with our right. You come across a southpaw, it's the other way around. Like, you're gonna stand right leg forwards, jab with your right, cross with your left, which completely throws off, because like, if, I take you, sir, you know, if we're standing here boxing and we're both left leg forwards, right, that I'm gonna be focusing on how I fight is very particular to how we're standing. And if the majority here are all right-handed, I get used to this. Then if he switches, fuck. Because now it's all backwards. Everything I've been learning is all the way wrong round. But that's just as critical inside Jiu-Jitsu. Like, and so Jiu-Jitsu is the other way around, and wrestling predominantly, is you stand the other way forwards. You stand with your power side forwards. It's the opposite of boxing, right? So I want to have my right leg forwards and my left leg back if I'm right-handed. Opposite for yourself. Unless you prefer...
Well, I'm left-handed, but I do a lot with my right.
It'll be finding whatever's suitable for you then. But that's what I mean. That this is so like, if you think, right, let's do some takedowns. So I'm just saying, like, let's learn how to stand upright. And so I want to be able to stand in a stance and be able to move forwards and backwards. So I don't want to walk, because now I've changed. Imagine boxing, you're walking up and down, like it's all kind of gone wrong. So I want to be able to move in stance. So I'm moving, how do I move backwards and forwards? And that's important in the first place. So I don't want you just to move forwards and backwards, that'd be dumb. But what I want you to do is then focus on how we're going to do approach. So if you ever watch any of the UFC, you hear this idea like, John Jones has an 8-inch reach advantage. Why is that important? It means John Jones can hit you 8 inches earlier than you can hit him, right? So if his arm's all the way out here and your arm isn't that long, he's going to punch you in the face and your punch is probably going to stop here, right? That's a bit shit. And the same thing happens in grappling. So we have this idea of the pocket. And the pocket is the distance where we have to hand fight. And so as soon as we enter into that space, there has to be a hand fight going, and how we manage that space. And we're going to start with this idea called mirroring. Over again, sorry. So imagine there's a mirror here, right? So we're a mirror image of each other. Fine. And so if you move back, what does the mirror do? Exactly. Really fucking obvious. If you move forwards, mirror moves forwards. That's really important because it never goes to the case that if you move backwards, I move forwards. That's not how mirrors work. But that's when things will go fucking wrong here, because you can't move backwards faster than I can move forwards. And you can't throw me around doing this, okay? So as soon as you have your space fucked with, if someone intercepts your space and forces you onto the back foot, you're defending now. You've lost. And that's how quick it can happen. Like if I'm approaching someone, if we're grappling, I win. Yeah. It's already over. Like he stopped, got intimidated for a second. I started walking on him. It's over now. Like he can't come forwards because his weight's going backwards. And every time he wants to brace his feet to come forwards, I knock him. Like, you want to come forwards and start hitting me now. Go on then. Like, yeah, it's over. Like, every time you try and really brace to come forwards again, fine, I'll fuck with you. And you're hitting a wall because I'm constantly doing this. As soon as I go on the back foot, bollocks. Yeah, it's over. Sorry, I didn't mean to scratch you. Does that make sense? So it's that, like, this is what I'm saying about how we're getting behind the wheel for the first time. There's a shit ton happening. Like, just focusing on how your feet work and how space moves is part one. And we're going to build up, like, there's loads to do. That's what I mean, it's quite a complex session, so I'm really glad I managed to get out here. So this is part one. Like, so all I want you to do is just feel that interruption of space, of going on someone and moving away someone. I want to feel what happens both ways. Like, if someone moves away from me, I can move away as well. So if I'm here and you move away, cool, let's not fight. Cool, I'm done. We're happy, everyone's happy. If you move on me, I have to move on you. I haven't got a choice. Because if I move away, I'm on the back foot, I'm starting to lose now. And now I can't, the momentum has changed that I'm now losing. It's that quick. And so just knowing that you have to be able to get ready to brace and think, right, if we're fighting, we're fucking fighting. I can't, if I start to retreat, like, unless he doesn't know what the fuck he's doing, I may not be able to get momentum back in my favor. He may break and cool, that's fine. But just feel how space interacts with each other. So I'm not expecting you to start shoving and doing takedowns and shit like that. Just get used to going right. Ah, fuck, okay. Or like, if you back up, oh yeah, see, I can walk on you now. Just feel how that interacts. And then if you walk on each other, go right, full. We're in then, we're in. Okay, make sense? Just feel that. I'm not expecting to fight, just how space moves. And as you walk in, don't change feet. You pick a stance, you stay in your stance, get disciplined with it. Cool? Feel it, that's the first part.
This part seems overly complex to begin with, but this is just trying to lay the foundations of stance, distance, and spatial control. Essentially, how to even walk when standing and engaging with another human being.
I don't want to spend any time on that. I just wanted to get that feeling of, right, oh, okay, yeah, all right, okay. Well, like, I have to introduce the idea and then we're going to like really build upon it. So next part is that hand fighting. And when we're hand fighting, like, so you could have the best fucking techniques. You could have amazing takedowns. You could have amazing whatever the hell's clinches, etc. Doesn't matter. Like if you can't manage the hand fight, you don't get to play jiu-jitsu. And it's like I could practice on a heavy bag, punching a heavy bag, so I've got the most fucking horrendous punch in the world, right? But if I can't work in the pocket space, it's fucking useless. Like I could get into that pocket space like Floyd Mayweather and go, oh, he's fucked. Like this hand of God. And I walk in, he will light me up. Because I might have the best punch, but how I manage that space, he's gonna fucking kill me 100% of the time, right? And so how I manage the pocket space in jiu-jitsu is the hand fight. And if whoever wins the hand fight gets to play jiu-jitsu. And in wrestling, there's a banned grip, to my knowledge, where you can't interlock fingers with the other person. And you think, why? It's not because you'll break each other's fingers. Like you might cause some damage. It's because it kills the fucking game. No, as soon as you interlock fingers, it's over. Like, take me down. Yeah, you can't. It's fucking, it's over. And so, yeah, you can't do it because it just fucking kills the game. And so if that's level 100, like in wrestling, we can't even do that. In jiu-jitsu, you can. There's no rule against it. But if that's level 100, hand fighting, so good it kills the fucking game. We should aspire to be there in everything we do. Now, if I win the hand fight, I get to do whatever the fuck I want. And so that's unfortunately one of the problems with coaching and thinking about your progress in jiu-jitsu is it's not the fun things. It's not learning different submissions or takedowns or sweeps or whatever. Just hand fight. But if I was to come in and say, right, we're going to do an hour of hand fighting, you'd fucking leave because it's boring as piss. And so as soon as we enter this space, if I can touch you, that pocket there, I have to hand fight the second they get in there because that's the distance you can grab me. If I don't deal with your hands, then you're just going to come in and grab me. And that's why I talk about this idea of like the reach advantage is I can grab you because I've got long arms. I might grab you earlier than you grab me. I win. If your pocket fighting isn't there, you let me into that space and don't even stop me, whoop, I win. I gain access to your spine. So as soon as I'm in that space, the alarm bells have to be ringing. And that's like, say you have an intruder alarm. Do you want your intruder alarm to go off when some fucker's on your lawn or in your living room? Lawn. Unless you're fucking kinky and want in your living room. And so that's the exact same. If you're feeling the fight, oh, I'm already here. Like, holy shit, why have you let me in your living room? Like you have to be dealing with the fight the second I get on your fucking lawn. And your lawn is anything within that distance. So as soon as I'm here, whoop, there has to be a hand fight. And I'm essentially controlling the fingers. Take me down. Gone. And then I climb up to the elbow. And I get past the elbow and I gain access to the spine. Because if your elbow and your forearm's in the way, I can't do shit. Because you can block me. But if I get past your elbow in any way, going around it, going under it, going through it this way, knocking it down and going here, then I gain access to your spine, and now I can do what the fuck I want. Make sense? So that's the hand fight. As soon as you're in that distance, we're doing this. Trying to just get the hands out of the way, get the wrist out of the way, get the elbow out of the way, cool, I gain access to the spine. Hand out of the way, wrist out of the way, elbow out of the way, cool, I gain access to the spine. And you're doing the same to me. And if I'm not careful, shit, he does the same. Although I did block it that time, because I was here, you didn't get past my elbow. Get past my elbow. Yeah, got through. That make sense? I say there's so much to fucking think about. Because then you're doing all this, maintaining stance, maintaining distance management, not getting intimidated and walking back. Because now you fucking lost anyway. Yeah, it's building now. It's already ramping up. So just feel that. So just feel that initial. You don't have to be fucking fast and doing this. Just working from hand to elbow. Getting access to the spine. So you can play a little bit, get used to it. There's no intimidation. I say you can play as slow as you want, get used to the actual feeling of it. Yeah, if you want to go underneath it. So you're going over, under, around, or through the elbows. Yeah, that works as well. Or over the top. Get my elbows out of the way, knock them down, good to the head. Yeah. Exactly. If I block that, and I interrupt your hands, I'll do the same shit. It's all right. Yeah. Pardon?
You could break your fingers.
Yeah, and that's like when you're doing this then, don't grab anything less than really 4 or 3s. Like 2s, 1s and thumbs, break. Like, but 4s, ice cream cone. Fucking infuriating. So just feel that. Just feel like hand fighting's so critical. Okay? Just feel like, so don't have to make it a competition. Just make it say like, okay, cool. Hands, elbows. I need to get round there somehow. And then feel it the same for you. Hands, elbows. You can pass it, control the elbow. So move up to the elbow.
right.
Like climb it like a rope. Yeah. Yeah. So move out. So I can either pull out of the way, I can move out of the way, I can push underneath it, I can move out of the way that way, move the elbow out of the way. That's it. Easy. Cool? Climbing it.
Now they are aware of the ideas of distance, I want to make them appreciate the importance of hand fighting and how it is the continued key to being able to enact your plan in Jiu-Jitsu. That it doesn't matter how many techniques they want to learn, hand fighting will always be the deciding factor. But due to the amount of information they've already received and how easy it will be to fail, it's why I will keep reiterating the idea of conscious competency.
So automatically, it's already complicated as fuck. Because I'm thinking, right, footwork, like not giving up space, not falling into a trap habit of just doing that because it's over. Shit, lost now. And then everything bad that's going to happen happens on your front side here. Because if someone wants to try and get this arm and go around the back of me, too far away. If you want to get my leg here, too far away. Like everything bad happens here. So this arm is the most critical, and that's why we put the powerful arm forwards, because this is the arm I'm going to use to like attack you. You know, I've got all my power behind it, but it's also the arm I'm defending with, because I don't want you to go under my arm or over my arm. So I'm almost like in a Philly shell. Like I'm defending my head with this arm because it can be a bit more open. And this arm is cocked, ready to attack when I want to. One thing to be super aware of is this idea called circle theory. Ooh. Yoink. Cool. It's a bicycle wheel, kind of. So, if I rotate this, you can see like the Japanese symbol there. If I move that, what? 3 inches, 4 inches? I can say it's 6. To there. That's, yeah, it's moved about 3 inches. 90 degrees, moved about 3 inches. So if I move this one from there to there, how far is that? 12? Yeah. Because whatever's on the center has a small circumference with that. So that's how bikes work, is that moves a little, that moves a lot. And this is probably one of the most important things I'm ever going to say to you, weirdly. I'm just explaining it with a fucking couple of weights on the floor, is there's always a center in Jiu-Jitsu. There's always a center in all our movements. And if you don't understand this, you can make tiny fuck-ups and it means a massive amount to the person who's on the outside in the other position. And so that's the difference between, like, if someone wants to go around me here, the difference between this and this is fucking huge. I'll do it again. That and that. Because if someone, like, if I don't want you to touch me, I just want you to be here. I want you to walk around to my back. Took a while. 4 steps. Okay? Come back. Now, go around to my back. Much quicker. And all I did was go from having my shoulder here and here. A slight fuck up for me. 1 inch here saves him loads of time here because he doesn't have to move as far. It's nuts. But it's the same as how close I am will also dictate how much I have to move. If I am a good distance out and I want to go around someone, take all day. But if I can cut that distance before I go and make that wheel smaller, the second wheel, and then go, it's much quicker. So I'm using both of these to my advantage. So if I want to go around someone and go around their elbow and take their back, but if they're sitting with their shoulder wide, I'm like, fuck, that's going to take forever. But especially if I'm out here trying to attack me, because you can see it coming and fucking stop me. So I've got an option. But I can cut the distance here, and now it's a lot smaller. But also I can lock his shoulder. If I knock it an inch, it can save me a foot. So as I come in there, I knock that. One step. I'm already on the back. So if I can just get past his elbow just a little bit and go, I can then footwork him and be straight around him. But it depends. Like if he's sitting very wide shouldered here, might not be any point. But if he reaches, it's like fencing. Like if he goes to suddenly attack my head or something, straight down, barely a step. I know it's nuts, isn't it? Like fucking fast. You think you come to a jiu-jitsu class? Yeah, I'm gonna learn fucking close guard and rear naked chokes. And I'm like, yeah, if you move your shoulder here and here, fucking death. Nuts. Does that make sense? Because I explain this quite regularly and people still go to me, I'm still fucking lost. So everything is on this front arm. Like, so, it's like I keep pulling you back in, it's fucking sad. So yeah, if you want to get access to my hip, my spine here, you want my spine. Yeah. And so I keep this down arm here to stop you. And so how this operates is important. Like you might be able to go for my head, and this arm's going to kind of stop it. So I want to try and go for my head, my hips, or my back. I try and get hold of my leg, grab my leg. I can stop him. I can peel him off. If I let him under my elbow here, do the same again. Death. So if I'm frivolous with this arm, sorry.
No, that's fine. I'll just stay
So
near you.
yeah. So if you like try and get hold of my armpit, yeah, I'm not letting him. If I open it, bang, got access to my spine. If I move my arm too much, he goes around my back. Bang, he's around my back. If I lift it and he goes underneath it, bang, he's got access to my leg. So I have to be so sure about this arm. But also there's no power on this one. So if I want to like, fuck all that. So it's almost like jab cross again. This is my distance, and this is like quite safe to do. The second now I'm going to attack him, so we're playing. Boom. Gone. That one fires out, and I'm ready to go because all my power's here, but also all my defense falls apart the second I use it. Make sense? So again, I don't want to compete with this idea. I want to feel it and how important it is about whole circle theory, about shoulder, and feel it. Fuck up and do it wrong and do it right. So if I'm here, okay, go around my elbow. No, okay, cool, and I'll go short on my elbow. So see the moment where it goes. So if I'm here, do you go?
No.
Okay, cool. Boom, yeah, cut the distance. Knock the elbow and go. So I want you to give the other person those little gaps. When to go, when not to go. So I want to feel it, like go now, from my leg. Yeah, sucks. And if I lift my arm up, boom, straight in. If I go short on my elbow, go around. If I go wide on my elbow, not the time. Okay, so I want to feel those moments. If I lean forwards and my head exposes, go for the head. Shit. So, I'm here. Boom, boom, yeah. See? So short elbow, short shoulder, wide shoulder. High elbow, go underneath. My head leans, I'm not defending it, go for my neck.
And that's what you're talking about with the unconscious, is that as soon as that thing happens, you're in there, like you don't.
Yeah, exactly. But right now, like as you try, like, because the thing is, like, then this is going to fix your stance. As in, so if you're constantly like doing this, you're unconsciously incompetent and you're getting slammed into the floor relentlessly. But right now, you're like, oh, cool, right, okay, so I need to keep my feet here. I need to think about my distancing. I need to think once I'm in the pocket, I need to be hand fighting, but not opening up this arm too much. If I'm hand fighting, I'm not leaning on my shoulder too much. It's sitting backwards, so I'm not exposing my back. I'm not leaning forwards and exposing my head. I'm kind of here, keeping it away. Fuck me. Exactly. So when you say like takedown's been really hard, yeah, we think, oh, this is happening. And it's like, I just need to hand fight better. What does that mean? Well, fuck. There's a lot to think about here. So yeah, you think stance, steps. Are you walking fat? You know, are you getting intimidated and walking back? At which point, you're losing anyway. Shoulder, height of elbow, and then this hand. It's like, what's it doing? It can be a bit more free because it's on a side that, you know, you want to grab this armpit, grab this leg. How? You want to try and go around here. Okay, so this is what I mean by, you could go this way, it's dead easy. I want to go around my back that way. Fucking days. If I don't see that coming, I deserve death. No. No, it's completely dumb.
You've got to make one step, like you said with the weights.
Yeah.
You move once, and it makes the distance way longer again, isn't it?
But this is the thing about what I said about stance being really important. If you walk, like if I meet people from jiu-jitsu schools who walk, I know you have no discipline. Because right now, this, great. You aren't going to get shit on me. I'm very highly defensive. I'm defending quite well. If I walk, fuck. Like, death. Fun fucking doors open. I'm going to get thrown into the fucking floor. So if I see people like going, there, I'm like, you don't have a fucking clue. Oh, it's Christmas. There's gaps everywhere. I can choose what I want today. But if I come across someone who's like, stance, if I like, because it was one of my guys as well, who we were kind of going through a lot of these ideas, and he was walking, and I was like, you're walking. He was like, what do you mean? I was like, you change legs. You cross your legs all the time. Don't. Because my job is to make you change legs. And if you're giving it to me, it makes my life super easy. And what happened was, like, you know, he was walking, and then eventually I'd do stuff like this, and I'd pull it, stay like that, and I'd pull his other arm, he'd change legs. So even if he was disciplined, I could just drag him, and all of a sudden, like, oh shit, bollocks, fucking airborne. But then eventually I started pulling him, and he'd do this. And I was like, motherfucker, fixed it. Exactly. Good discipline on the leg work. Make sense? So I want to just feel these ideas. So about opening up the door, feeling what happens when you expose it, keeping the door closed, feeling how it sucks, so you just get peeled off. Shoulder, circle theory, about cutting the distance before you go. Keeping your posture up, keep your head out of harm's way by using this arm as a bit of a defender as well. And as soon as you're in that space, just feeling it. So it's not a competition. It's not like, rah, let's go nuts. Just feel what it's like. Okay? So give each other gaps. Like, right, I'll give you a gap, you give me a gap, etc. Okay? And read those tells. Cool? See what it feels like.
This part, I want to start tying their hand fighting to their stance and posture, about accessing it via the front arm, and how angles and distance can create flanks if they aren't aware.
Because now what we're going to do is we're going to make it into a game. And I don't want you to use athleticism and strength because you're missing the point of it. It's not about winning through your physical attributes. You can't always avoid it. It's more, I want you to use cunning, right? Use strategy to beat them, okay? Bait them into doing shit, right? So I know that if I open up my arm here, he might see the door. At which point, he might try and walk through the door and expose himself. It's like it's almost like I know if I can make him throw a stupid jab, and I know I can dodge that jab, I can hit him with a fucking left hook or something, okay? But if he's got his hands up, I'm not gonna hit him. That makes sense? So I need to find baits to try and get him out. And what I want you to do is every time you do something to each other, stop and say what the fuck just happened. Like, recognize the thing that you just did. So like if we're playing, so again, I'm not using super speed or anything like that. His arm's coming out. You led a bit forward on that arm. I watched you do it twice.
Yeah.
I went round. So I stopped and I said it, right. Okay? And so next time, did it again. This time, be more focused on that. So again, there's no speed to this. There's no stress. Loss isn't a problem. It's exploring through the game of it. Yeah, so now I can't see that. Cool. So I might have to bait him a little bit.
You're too quick for me, so it's bait.
Well, no, it's not bait, but it's like I've already got several plans going on in my head at the same time. Lead with your head. So I made him push forward on his head.
Bend over too much like
Exactly. So he came forward like that, but then the discipline started to go, and I was like, we'll go again. I made you walk back already. That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying about conscious competency, is that I put a little bit of stress into this now, and everything, all those things we've talked about are super simple ideas. You know, about walk forwards, walk backwards, about staying with your legs straight, keeping your back straight, like making sure your arm doesn't start flying around. Just try and, like, as soon as they're in the pocket space, hand fighting to get past the elbows. All really simple ideas, but as soon as I put that little bit of stress on, it fucking falls. And that's why I need you to realize this as well, is if you just try and like run your way through this and try and rush learning this, you will fuck up relentlessly and you'll get sad. It'll fall off the table. So that's why I need to keep it slow and kind of build this up. It's like, you know, this is day one in the car, we're not going on the motorway. Hey, let's keep on some side roads for now. And let's keep it like below 15 miles an hour, please. Okay? Makes sense? So keep it, right. Beatty, cool. Read those things. Think, because you also need to think about what you're doing, like, and that's gonna be hard enough in itself, let alone adding just that little bit of distraction in. Okay? So as soon as you do something, identify and go, you just did that. Shit. Yes. Or like, I did this to make you do that as well. That's a fun one. I saw you kept on doing this. You did it twice. Like, you know, say if we're playing. Yeah. You saw, oh, Chris keeps tapping my head. He keeps fucking leading that front arm. He keeps tapping my head. Cool. He's done twice now. I'm assuming he's on the third one. He's going to do it again. And at that point, I'm going to go underneath him. He read a tell. And that's how you win hand fights then. You think, he keeps fucking leading on that front arm. Like, you hear it all the time, like, yeah, and like MMA or boxing, we hear like the corner work, like, yeah, he keeps leading on that front hand or something, like, cool. Next time he does it, I'm gonna fucking hit him. Same thing here. He keeps leading on that front arm. Let's see if he does it again. Ooh, he keeps doing it, he's stupid. Hey, next time, straight underneath, and you would have got a takedown. Yeah. It's that simple. Make sense? Play that game, okay? And see the things that you kind of lead out of each other. It's a really interesting game.
With the tools they have, I now want them to slowly situational spar the concepts. But the most important part is the rationalization following each win-loss. In the heat of the moment, acts can happen in the blink of an eye, but the learning and settling of the ideas comes from rationalizing your choices afterwards. So I don't want them to go over and over. I want them to stop and explain themselves. This is a very hard skill to learn, and it's easy to overlook, so it takes some time for me to create the habit for them.
Time, and this is like, honestly, this is probably one of the most important things I need you to do. There's a book I remember reading called Martial Arts and Philosophy, probably about 15 years ago, and it was this idea of the state of no mind, where they got some, like, I think it was like kendo warriors, it's been a while since I read it, where they got these kendo guys, and like, you know, to hit each other in the fucking head. And it's like, the speed at which they do it, the speed that they can see the tell, you'd never explain it in the time it happens. Like, they're not going to go, oh, he's just put his head down, I'm going to hit him in the head, because the moment's passed. That's why I think coaching in Jiu-Jitsu sometimes is a bit fucking stupid, because by the time I've seen something, registered it, vocalized it, you've heard it, registered it, and then acted upon it, the moment is so far gone, right? But it's easier to rationalize afterwards. If I watched those kendo guys and they went, like, hit each other in the head, like, they wouldn't have explained it in the second it happened. But you say to them afterwards, like, what happened? You go, oh yeah, well, as he kept on walking forwards, he kept on moving his stick ever so slightly 3 inches to the right. And so I just needed to make 2 steps. And as he went on that second step, he moved his stick to the right. That's why I hit him in the head. But there's no way on earth you fucking figure that out in the time. But it's important you do that rationalization work of going, right, oh shit, yeah, this is the thing that happened. It's so important to vocalize it and go, yeah, you led forward on your arm there, and that's why I went around it, and that's when you led me into doing this. In the moment, you can't do it. Like, it happens way too quick. But afterwards, doing the rationalization work, you pick up on why you did it. And then you bank it in your head way more. So, you know, if we're playing, but there's no way I could have explained that beforehand. But afterwards, I can do the rationalization work. Like, yeah, you kept leading forward in your head there, and that's why I went for it. I've just banged that idea and go, cool. I know when people, it's now registering in me, and so next time it happens, I do it even better. So the like, you have to spend like at least just as long after the fact to explain it. Because it's that rationalization work that's really going to set it inside you and make this idea stick more in your head. Okay? It's something that when I learned how to fucking drive fast in fire engines, like they made us do rationalization work for that very reason of like, why are you doing what you're doing? Oh, because as I was coming up to this junction here, I saw that person and I thought there's a bus stop 50 yards down the road. If I could just beat my horn now and put him in there, I can then get past him. Rationalization work. Okay? So make sure you just spend just a little bit of time afterwards to go, right, I did this because you did that. Because then it'll set it in your head better. Okay? So carry on. Just make sure you're spending that time. It's more important than the fucking drill. Time. Does that make sense? Yeah. Yeah, you're like, fuck, my head. I know, it's fun. And so this then goes back into like, so the final part then is actually how do we meld it into everything we've done so far. So we talked on the previous weeks about controlling the hips, about getting someone into the ground. And so as soon as I'm on your hips, we go straight back into everything we've learned about weights and shadows. You know, your weight sits above your shadow. If I can pull your weight off your shadow, it's over. If I've got access to your hips, it's much easier. And so all I'm thinking about is how do I gain access to your hips or your head to pull you off your shadow? But for safety reasons, because grabbing someone by the neck is an issue until you're a bit more experienced, we're going to be mostly focusing on hips. So if I can just get you off your shadow, and that means that if I'm standing here with my legs out sideways, you either have to take me to the vertical and then go over. If my leg is moving, it's going to be very difficult. Or my shadow is very narrow in this direction. If you can push me backwards over my shadow, it's dead easy. Okay? And so you now have to hand fight. You know your entry in towards their spine. As soon as I've made my entry, I grab hold of the hips and pull them off. Final part then for this is about postural alignment. So it feels weird to say this in a CrossFit gym, but having an aligned spine is critical. Okay? Any lift you're ever going to do, if you have a fucked spine, your lift isn't as important. I did some gym work earlier, and even like bench or anything, you align your spine first. If you have a dead spine, you're not going to be working as effective. You're going to hurt yourself, and you're not going to be as strong. So, and that's every sport. You know, if I get you to do rowing, cricket, whatever the fuck, like you align your spine. You don't do this because you're not going to be as powerful, right? And it's the same here. Like if I want to lift a human being in the fucking air, like let's assume that even in my weight, 95 kilos, it's going to have to be a good lift. And if I'm going in like this, going wee, like, the fuck are you going to do like that? Like, your spine is shite. So, best way of interpreting it, like, use your belly button as a reference point. I'm going to get my belly button on you. Because if I can do that, I know my spine's good. It's fucking easy. Like, so if I get my penetrating step in or anything like that and I break past the pocket and the hand fighting, so instead of being here and going, right, I'm going to lift you, and blow my arse out, belly button. And then we're in, I get to throw him. It doesn't matter what height I do it, I could be on the ground. I could go really underneath him. Do a shot. Belly button. Lift. Could be behind him. Belly button. I'm not throwing you around though, I've been nice. But so I mean, like that is such a useful point to make sure your spine is a bit better aligned. But it's also the same as when you're standing. Like if I'm relaxing my spine here, like it's going to be very easy to break it. Like if someone gets me around the head, I'm going to go straight down. But if I like If I align my spine, so I'm not, but it's aligned. My shoulder blades are down my back. Like you go around my head now, like if I'm here, just not even thinking about it, and you grab the back of my head and pull it, yeah, fucked. Do it again. Just because my spine was aligned and my shoulder blades were down. And we're back in the car again. Because now you're thinking about, right, how the fuck do I walk? How the fuck do I control space? As soon as we're in that space, I need to be hand fighting them. I need to be thinking about my front arm, not exposing it, but also I need to use it. Circle theory, looking for the spine, but also protecting my spine and making sure it's there. And once I've beaten all that shit, getting hold of them, put my belly button on them. And now I can take them down by pushing them off their shadow. That's it. So what I want you to do is take the game aspect out of it. I want you to give your partner a gap so they can move into it. So I'm going to give you a gap. I want you to see the gap, fight your way through into it. I'm not going to resist it. And then you're going to, whatever seems the most natural way of getting hold of my spine and taking me off my shadow, okay? Using your belly button. So I might be here. Boom. Yeah, perfect. But I might do another one. I might go, yeah, boom. Yeah, exactly. Or, the fucking hands, man. All right. Or I might go, oh yeah. But, make sure your belly button's in there first.
Yeah.
Lead like this.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you bend of your knees, not of your hips. Belly button first. Okay? Just that. I'm going to give him the space so you can see it. Go into a more natural, so you're not just like doing a specific takedown, you're more moving more naturally in, and then just belly button on them. And how do you then take them off their shadow? And person who is having the move done to them, keep your balance. Like, so they have to actually earn the takedown. So I'm going to try and keep myself there. He has to try and get me down to the ground, and then follow me down and hold me. Control my hips. And then that blends into everything we've done so far. Because now you're actually back into the sections we've already done. Make sense? But give them the gap so they can see it, get the takedown, and then follow into a hold.
This final part of the session, I'm now tying it directly into the work we did last week. The end of the previous session was staying connected to the hips when they were trying to stand up, and mat returning them. All in randomized scenarios due to the nature of the drill. Here, after all the work on hand fighting and finding entries to the body, I want to take the emphasis away from sparring but onto seeing the tell from the other partner and applying all the lessons so far with slight tweaks to their posture to protect their necks and maximize their power. They have to now hit a point where they are capable of staying in stance, distance managing, hand fighting, entering into the body, taking someone down and maintaining control of the hips whilst they guard pass to a dominant position.